My name is Savannah McLaurin. I'm here to present my oral presentation. My topic I will be discussing is Plato's theory on the soul. I will introduce his theories and elaborate on why I accept his positions. I will start with the introduction. So Plato was a Greek philosopher with many views on the mind, soul, and body. Plato had and still has a lot of influence on the world. One of his most impactful discoveries was his theory of forms. Plato believed that reality exists beyond our physical world, and the soul departs our body after death, the soul continuing to live in the afterlife. After studying and reading Plato's beliefs about the soul, I've come to agree with him. The soul is part of the body, but at the same time it's separate. Explanation on Plato's position. Plato believed in two realms, a spiritual realm and a physical realm. The physical realm being our day-to-day life, what we see, hear, and touch. Our physical life continuously changing. The spiritual realm being the afterlife. Plato believed that the soul exists before being joined to the body, and that when the body dies, the soul will exit. Plato will go on to call the spiritual realm the realm of forms. Theory of the forms. The forms are abstract, perfect, unchanging concepts or ideals that transcend time and space. An example of this can be the form of beauty. An individual's opinion on beauty is always different. The idea of beauty imitates the form, but it is not the form. Therefore, it is far from perfect and not a form. Let's talk about the tripartite theory. Plato believed that when the soul exits, it inhabits heaven, where they will join the forms themselves. He believed that the soul is made up of three parts, known as the tripartite theory. The three parts are rational, appetitive, and spirited, each part keeping the other in check, maintaining balance within the body. Rational can also be known as logical. Logical as in seeks truth and is swayed by facts and arguments. Spirited can also be known as emotional, how feelings fuel your actions. And appetitive can also be known as physical desires, such as your desire to eat. Defense of Plato's argument. Plato believed in community. He argued that people make up those communities. Each community has three parts: the guardians, producers, and soldiers, each part carrying out a specific role. For a community to prosper, each person has to carry these duties out to the best of their abilities. The elements making every community unique, introducing their own personalities, laws, and values. Seeing that people make up the community, there must be three different elements to the soul that line up with the community's three elements. Plato proclaimed each part is responsible for one another. Reasoning controlling the appetitive element, and spirited responsible for both reason and appetitive. Plato saying without these three parts, the soul, the community would fall and fail to function. Objections. Requiris critiques Plato views by saying he has a lack of physical evidence to prove his theory. We can counteract this critique by saying each person believes in their own form of afterlife, whether it be reincarnation or heaven and hell. We are taught certain beliefs when we are growing up. Our parents have installed a belief system from a young age that we tend to believe as we grow. Me being the religious person I am, I do not agree with the soul just disappears after death. Implications of decision. Personally, I am a religious person. I believe individuals who believe in Jesus will transcend into heaven after death. Plato's views on this matter are similar to what I believe. Just like Plato believes the soul will join the forms after death, I believe that my soul will join God in heaven and my body will remain on earth. My decision to accept Plato's views does not affect my physical or social responsibilities, because if someone has a different opinion than me, I just respect it. And in conclusion, Plato believed that the soul was part of the body, but at the same time it was separate. He felt the body acted as a cage for the soul. After death, the soul will be released like a bird. While the body is physical, the soul is spiritual. A petitive theory controlling the hopes, dreams, interests, and desires. The soul and its three elements making us who we are. That is all for my presentation. Thank you for listening.